Well, hey there, my friends. Welcome to my channel. I'm Laura Daniels, and this is Ink and Whimsy. It's where we have fun with color, ink, and paper to tell our story. So I'm excited to be with you here today. I totally copied this card. This card was made by a fellow Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, Kelley Pitts, and I will have a photo inserted in this video as well as the link to her video where she made this card. But when I saw this card on YouTube, I thought, oh my gosh, this is perfect for Scooby-Dooby-Doo. So that's going to be our story today. And I am using this card for inspiration. I am using the Halloween Memories scrapbooking kit by Stampin' Up! And what's awesome about these kits is they give you everything you need to create 3 double page spreads. So I will be doing a double page spread after Halloween because I'm going to be going to trick or treat with my granddaughter. So I'm excited to see what I can put together. But right now we're going to go back in time and we are going to create a storybook. And this is back in 2010. My son was a junior in college, and they decided to dress up as Scooby-Doo. I guess they were heading out to a party here in town, and they had come by the house, and I'd said, wait a minute, got to get some photos. So we are going to have some fun right now, and we're going to put together the story page. So the first thing I'm going to do is tack this paper down. I remember one time I actually flipped the white cardstock, which, you know, looking back on it makes no sense whatsoever, but you do what you do. You don't realize you're doing it, do you? Okay, so let's put this down. I'm real excited for you all to see how this comes together because I think it came together real good. Now I'm going to be using this stamp set as well as the dies. Now I have already pre-made everything ahead of time, so when I show you what I created, I'll show you what I used to create it and how I did it. That's how we're going to roll. All right, so the first thing I want to do is put down my base, and remember we're following this card by Kelley Pitts. So I have a lot of my cut pieces over here and some surprises that I don't want to show you, but I'm going to show you I don't want to show you, but I'm going to show you. Oh my gosh. Let's just see here. Now I added an extra color. I added the mauve because in Hannah's picture, she has on these mauve tights. So I wanted to bring in the green, the purple, the orange, the mauve, and then yellow from the trees. So we're going to set these down and then I'll tape them. But I wanted these in this order, not following the card exactly, but I like to use it as inspiration because for me to come up with things out of my head is not done. Not done. Okay. One of the first things I want to do is to take this yellow, because you see how in the card, this is something I added, the bubbles in the same color on the yellow, so that, and I also want to do it in the pink. So let me grab that right now. And I am going to use, I think this will look good, so saffron, and then I need a mauve. I am so not ready. Oh, let's see, will this work? We're gonna see. All right, so let me get the bubbles, and basically I'm just using these small ones right here. I should have had this ready. You know, as much as you think you're gonna be ready, you're just so not ready. Story of my life when I do these videos for you all. I must drive you crazy. All right, so I took all the little bubbles, I put them on my stamping block, and now I've got my color. And I want this to look random, so I'll be turning the stamp I'll be turning the paper, and if I go off on a corner, that's okay. It kind of makes it look even more real, don't you think? Like it's more sporadic. They're just like floating all over the place. This looks good. Well, I said I was turning it, and I'm really not turning it. And I'm going to be putting the pictures over the top of this. So it does not need to be perfect. All right, there we go. Yes. All right, so let's set this aside. And now I want to do the pink. So I need to clean. And I'm going to grab my chamois here, go over the bubbles. Okay, there we go. Let's get our next color. This was So Saffron. And now we're going to grab this pink, and I have Blushing Bride. I had a darker pink, but I don't want it to be that dark. I just want these to be in the background. Oh, good thing I didn't go darker, right? This is just perfect. All right, so let's do this. Alrighty. I think this is going to look so cool. Alright, so now we have our bubbles. Let me clean this off. You know, I always try to do a lot of prepping ahead of time so my videos won't be long, and then they still turn out to be long. And I don't know if it's because I'm talking a lot or I'm not as planned and prepped ahead of time as I think I'm planned and prepped ahead of time. Oh my gosh. All right, so let's lay these down again. And I know I have the yellow in the middle. I have my pink, I have my orange, I have my green, and I have my purple. And good time to make sure it's recording. All right, let's go. All right, so I think the first step would be to put the middle one down. So let me just get them set. I want a little bit of white in between each one. You know, I don't have anything on here. I think I should do bubbles. I think I should do bubbles. Oh. Otherwise, it's the one thing that kind of looks pretty bland, doesn't it? All right, so let's do that. I know, you get to spend all your time watching me do bubbles. I don't know sometimes. I don't know. And maybe, I don't know, I don't want too many bubbles all over the place. You can be like too bubbly. But I think I will be glad that I did this. All right. So there we go. Now let's start over for the third time. So here we go. And now look, I flipped over my whatever that thing is. Oh my gosh. But that's okay. Because none of us are perfect stampers. That is what I'm trying to make sure you understand. And I could flip over my paper. Oh, because I see that, and that is going to bother me to no end. Okay, all right, everybody. Here we go. We're going to flip it over. And next time, when Laura does that, she's going to remember, goodness, to clean the mat before I set it down. All right. Okay, here we go. And now I legitimately need to put a glue dot and flip it over. All right. You know, you ever make the wrong turn going down the road, and then the entire drive where you're trying to get to back where you were when you first started, it's kind of stressful, isn't it? All right, so we're just pretending we've driven all the way back and we're at the beginning of where we should have been when we first started out driving in the car. All right. let's do this for the third time. By now you could have gone and gotten yourself a cup of coffee or a glass of wine, come back, and I'd still be laying down the 3 same pieces of paper. But you have to admit that that looks a lot better. Yeah, that does. Okay, I love how this looks. All right, so let's lay down the middle. All right, as in that looks pretty good right there. And now we'll do, I think I should, no, I think I should do it this way. I'm going to do a little bit on the side. I can always pick them up and move them. Okay. All right. Do you talk to yourself when you are scrapbooking? Talk out loud. I do. As you can tell. Okay. All right. You know, oh, it's so hard sometimes because the other side of the paper is just always so, it's just as nice. Okay. Now, the next thing I did is I got a white piece of paper and I stamped the bubbles and colored them in with the colors I want in, you know, the colors I wanted to use. And I used this bubble stamp right here. And it's so fun just to relax and spend the time coloring. All right, so that's going to go there. But before I put that down, from the sticker sheet from the scrapbook set, the scrapbook sticker sheet, I got this green because I wanted to bring that in. So I want to lay this across the top, and I am going to cut that. Now, of course, I stuck it down. Ugh, I don't know how you all just like put up with me on this. Here we go. Let's just cut that baby. That baby's cut. This is crooked. There we go. All right. And then I want to lay down these. Now this is from the cauldron, and it's a die, and it cuts the goo, the goop out of the cauldron. This is the coolest stuff. So I cut out several of those and I alternated, because you notice in the card here, Kelley has the 3 columns coming down. She has this up there, and then she has the goo, and she has the purple and the purple. So I have just expanded it enough to fit with the story that I want to tell. So my goo is going to go along here. Now obviously that little piece is not big enough that I can make one. And I think someone showed this, how you can actually make a real long piece. Oof, I couldn't do it and figure it out. So we're doing them kind of like this. And I think the best way is to kind of have them kind of, and then we're going to stick them down. And it's just going to lay where it lays, right? Do I have another one somewhere? I don't think so. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, there's another piece somewhere. Is it under there? No, it's not under there. Oh my gosh. There's that. There's that. There's that. Is it on the floor? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Oh gosh. It's under here. I got it. I knew there was more to go across. Okay, so let's just start over. All right, we're going to lay down this end piece first. If I've driven you crazy, you can literally just fast forward to the end of the video and you'll see how this is going to come out. But if you want the fun of seeing me not be perfect and show you how you too can create, even though you're not perfect, then you should probably just stick around, because half the fun, honestly, is just seeing someone else put something together and having it reaffirmed in your own head that they are no more perfect than you are, and you can just relax and enjoy the fun of scrapbooking and telling your story, because I think all of us have a story to tell. All right, is that not just looking good? I love it. Love it. And see that the glue dries just slow enough that I can move it around a bit. All right, here we go. I hope that Kelley watches this video and sees what I do with her inspiration, because I did find it so inspiring. It was just perfect for this Scooby-Doo. And this is going to go over the edge, so you know what? I'm going to do it right there. There. And I am going to cut that. I'm cutting again. There we go. Okay. And we're going to set that aside. Isn't that looking so neat? All right. Now here, I was thinking I wanted to take some of this Granny Apple Green and go around the edge of this first. So I'm taking a dauber. Is that what this is called? Woo! Watch out. Things are flying. Oh boy. Oh boy. Make sure my hands are clean. And we're just going to go right around the edge so it's not just stark white. Some women will use the go along the stamp pad, but that makes me nervous. And knowing me, I'd accidentally lay the actual piece of paper down in the stamp pad. All right, let's just go down the edge. Aren't those bubbles just so bright and whimsical? I guess that's a good word for it. Whimsical. All right, here we go. So now we're going to shut the ink pad. Okay. There we go. All right, and now we're going to set this down. And I want to use my tape runner. Okay. All right, here we go. I want to set it right there. And we're going to put this down. I want this right here. And now I'll flatten everything, because I want that little bit of green showing. And then I want to put this green along the very top. So like I was saying, this was back in 2010. The kids were all juniors in college. My son was going to Georgia Tech at the time. And this is the photo of them, and they're all dressed as Scooby-Doo. And then here's my son Dwayne, their friend Scott, their friend Hannah, and this is my future daughter-in-law that I did not even know at the time. I just loved her sassy, fun personality. And they got married in 2014. So this was 2010, and they got married 4 years later. And she is such a gift, such a gift. If you haven't seen it yet, I did a video about the 30-second hug at the airport with Danielle. We were crossing paths at an airport. It was just last year, and we were able to see each other. And I tell you, it was no more than actual 10 seconds, but it's a real fun story, and it's one of my storybook pages. All right, so here's the story. So I wrote it down, and I'm wondering if I should go around that in purple. What do you think? I think that'll look good. And I don't have another dauber. Oh, I'm gonna do it. Oh, I don't know. How do they do this? Is it even doing? Oh, it's doing something. Okay. Gosh, don't drop anything. Oh my gosh. Here we go. This isn't that hard. I don't know that I drag it, because I would think it would mess up the actual ink pad. Okay, that looks good. Let's not press our luck, shall we? Let's pick this up. I get very nervous holding it over the top of my spread here. Okay, now we're going to set this down, because we've got to share the story. Oh yeah, look at all that ink. That definitely worked good. Okay, no ink on my hands. Yes, there's ink on my hands. Okay, let's just put it down real quick. Okay, because I want it. I almost wondered if I had actually taped it. Okay. Woo! There we go. All right. So then I stamped some of the bubbles. And you'll notice from this stamp set it has the loose bubbles up top. But all I did is I stamped it, colored it, and then cut around it. And I want to put this up here. But first I want to put the date. And this will say 2010. This is a sticker, but I had used some of the static pouch so that I'd be able to move it around. And I want to put this, I think I offset it just a little bit. And then I want to put this down. And when we're all done, I will put that. Okay. See, this video is still going to be long. Thank goodness y'all didn't have to watch me do my whole thought process trying to figure this out. All right. Now, I have this right here. This is off of the sticker sheet. It says Halloween Fun, and I love the purple. And I'm thinking I want to put it right here. Wait till y'all see the pull tab I'm doing. Because I have a photo I haven't shown you yet that I want to add, but it needs to, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this actually. All right. I did the cauldron. I did some of the goo. And then I have the bubbles up top. And I want to stand this up, stand it up. I want to use dimensionals. So I'm going to grab some of those over here, put this up. I may have to turn off the camera so that I can figure out how I'm going to do these 3 photos. Ugh. I don't quite remember what my plan was. I'm not sure I actually had a plan. I just knew what I wanted to do, and I hadn't finished the thought process. So to save you from me, I think what I may do is pause filming, figure it out, and then come back on and show you. How's that? You're going, oh, thank goodness, Laura. All right, let's see. Whoop. Whenever I'm done filming, the floor is covered with these little things. All right, so let's see. We need to keep that over here. All right, so we're going to put this, I think about right here. Well, that just looks adorable. All right, now my idea is to put this here with this, and I want this sliding in the back. So how do we do this? And my pull tab is going to be a cat. Yes, I know. All right, well, I'm pausing and I'll be right back. Well, you all can formally thank you for saving you from myself. Oh my gosh, I couldn't find anything. I couldn't figure out how I wanted to do this, but I have figured it out. So let me show you what I've done. I have 3 pictures, right? And this is too small for an actual flip flap. So what I did was I put the back photo on a piece of cardstock, and I made a little tab so you can see the back of the tab is under this photo, but on top of the purple paper, right? I think this is Gorgeous Grape. And then I put glue on the top side of this tab, and I put this photo. So I've made a flip flap. Now I may decorate the inside of that at a different point. So that's how I have my 2 photos. Well, then I wanted this to slide in back, and I wanted to use the cat as a tab. So what I did is I put the photo face down right here, and I laid the dimensional tape so that it pocketed the actual photo, and then I glued the cat to the back of the photo. So, and this is the cat that's from the stamp set. So we're going to see how this all comes together. So we're going to peel this off. I mean, you should have seen me standing here going, how am I going to do this? It's got to be a way. But I remembered years ago I used to do Stop the Blur, and it was scrapbooking in a very journalistic way where it almost looked like a newspaper, and you were folding pieces of paper and laying them in a journal, and it was, maybe you'd call it more of a smash journal. What do you think? Oh, you know what? I need to make sure that said cat, you know, oh my gosh, I just don't know about myself sometimes. Oh gosh. Let's lay it down. We want to make sure the cat is not covering the sign, but I want a little bit on the bottom. Here we go. Here we go. Now, let's see. Here we go. See, it pulls out. And then we have our 2 photos. And I really need to do something with that. I can't think. I should put a solid piece of paper there and then put a quote, and that would look good. And I could probably do the same purple. Now I do have these dots, and they are Purple Fine Shimmer Gems. I think these are a little older, but I want to put down a few of these dots on here with the bubbles. We're going to get it down. I just don't know. Where's my pickup tool? I can always tell when I have not filmed a video in a little bit. This is what happens. I am literally all over the place. But you're still gonna see this video uploaded because we just have to do those things. That does have some on it, doesn't it? Well, these look good. What do you think? Come here. Whenever I drop something like that, I think of Pretty Woman. All right, put another one. So how many of you have been singing the song, Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? Got some work to do now. Yeah, and where was he? Wasn't he always eating a burger or something? I'm going to put this right here. Okay. Well, I had to do something underneath this flap because the white was just driving me crazy. So I'm going to show that to you as soon as I go through everything on this actual layout so that you can get some up close. So I have the bubbles. I need to put the date, like I said. We have Halloween. I have my journaling. I did the bubbles here and added the gems. Double Trouble, Toil and Trouble. We have the Halloween. We have the photo that pulls up from the back, and you can see how they're all dressed the same, which I thought was so much fun. And this cat is off of the stamp set. See him on the bottom left. So I figured out how to do the 2 photos plus the one that pulls up in the back. I have the cauldron here on the bottom, and then when you flip it up, I added, and I think it goes well, it brings out the white. So I have the spider web, I have the spider coming down, and I put the sticker, Terrifyingly Good. So Kelley, I hope that you've watched this video and you see how your card inspired me. I hope all of you enjoyed the video. In the comments below, share with me if watching Scooby-Doo was one of your favorite cartoons, and if at any point during this video you did have the song going in your head. And until we meet again, my friends, God bless, have an incredible day, and I'll see you soon in YouTube land. Bye-bye.